Okay, quick look through Thursday's end of day closing screens. Excuse me. Should have got a drink. Cheers, James. So, pretty good day out there. Stocks are acting like stocks are meant to act, aren't they? Some pretty good action. Just have a buzz through these markets. Transports, a little gap up, sideways day. Industrials continues grinding higher, right up at highs on the S&P. It will be better if these markets can actually, at least the leading markets, could actually trade these highs, and then we can sort of say we're getting a first retrace off our all-time highs. Do you know what I mean? A nice orderly back and fill would be fantastic. Nasdaq 100 at all-time highs. I'll just jump to the comp. Just shy. We'd like the comp through all-time highs as well. Russell looking pretty much like the transports. DAX basically turning up off the mean trend and previous support area. That's previous high area. We've got a pullback on the FTSE 100, just shy of the highs there. 250 small caps, amazing, hey, amazing. Even AIM taking part. So, yeah, one day at a time. But it's just nice to see good action in stocks. It's actually filling out into. We've got 103 on the closing highs tonight, so we're back up to those meaningful sort of levels. So let's just buzz through these screens. Very busy day for me. Finally dumped that the old browsing PC. It crashed. Oh, it's crashed. It's to do with the video software on it. It's just can't. It's just too old, and it's just instantly crashing. So I've brought in the laptop, and I don't like using a small screen. It's driving me crazy, but at least I've got it all up and running. It's only the browsing PC, but it just means I can do everything I need to do from it, even though I do use it when I'm away in the van. I'll just punch this one in again because I know a few people are skinning the game in this one. Skinny numbers. So 0.6. Well, it's expected to post 1.8 PBT. A tick back up in the turnover, but only a small, 11% forward. Return to profit. Earnings per share is a big tick up, but they're pretty skinny numbers. But yeah, that's what you want, isn't it? You want stocks that can re-rate, and this one's actually it's taking its time though. It's taking its time, but it's actually on the move, isn't it? Moving on. It's all about aerospace this week, isn't it? So with Europe agreeing to move up to 5%. So hit of sugar in these again. You know, I would say once this you know, news fizzles out, they'll just do normal pullbacks again, won't they? Famous last words. They just keep trending without. But that's fine if you're in them, isn't it? It's fine if you're riding them. That's what you want. Lockout trend. Let's fly through these. Yeah, Halma. You know, I've drawn the pullback in there. We got the old classic, the old gap test swing point. I don't know if it posted it on this. Well, it did post it on this day, didn't it? Because it's above that high. Yeah, gap test swing point, and then went sideways for 5 days, respecting that gap test swing point, and it's off on its journey again. Be nice if it can just base out nice and orderly up there, wouldn't it? And then move higher. As always, just looking for actionable ideas. Welcome, Simon, to the trading bases as well. I usually get the welcome in, but I wasn't here last night. I was busy screaming at my van. 1 second. When I say 1 second, it's because my vinyl screening till's just brought something up I'm interested in. Let's fly to the investment banking. Yeah, just got its melt on, hasn't it, Fresh Mint? Hello, and so new highs on the move there. As I said the other day, reverse fall base on Boku. It would be nice to see a zone of interest, or like a nice orderly sort of base above this level. That would be just perfect, wouldn't it? For those who are interested in it, anyway. Fly through these. Right. Just wanted to have a quick look at MTL. MTL's just, you know, it's a monster, isn't it? It's a monster. Yeah, no opinions, you know, wherever it goes, nobody knows, but it's kind of run out of sellers, hasn't it? It's famous last words. I'll shut up quickly. But it's certainly got its melt on. I'll shut up, step away. So, and on the end of day, CHRT. Let's have a look at this one. Just continues, doesn't it? Those last pullbacks we looked at. HOC yeah, you know, it's basically this is a range long today, so above the 10-day range, it's just posted there, so that's made the cut today. And what's the next one? SCT. Soft cap. Should we punch this one in? SCT. I'll just go back to chat because I'm sure I just heard a message. Yeah. Oh, I missed the swings, did I? I did, didn't I? I was going too fast. Cheers, Jamie. Too fast. Just pull this one over. Soft cap. Large cap, high float stock, 250 stock. I don't know why it dipped back in so fast there, but big loose base, not really traded above it, has it? Well, it has on this day, and then there must be some news behind that. Share scope's got nothing tagged to it there, but yeah, be interested to know. Let me just write that down because my watch list's a bit congested and forget to go and have a look. Right, I'll just reverse up. We'll just go into the swing points. In order of sector, supply through these. BA turning up, Pembroke turning up. These are like sort of just secondary pullbacks, aren't they? Very short-term pullbacks in those stocks. Through the investment trusts, construction, renew, me, solid state. We used to have another stock. I just can't remember what it was called. I thought it was called Micron or something like that. I'm probably talking 10 years ago, maybe longer. And I went looking through this. Maybe it changed its name before it delisted. If anyone can remember that stock on the UK market, it was something like Micron or something like that. Give me a bump because I wanted to bring the chart up. It's a fantastic stock, and then it went to sleep for forever and a day. I just wanted to revisit it. It got bought out in the end. Three-eyed the machine. Obviously went through news today. It's got a little base up there, hasn't it? So CMC, we had this swing point from down here. I don't like these ones what have a big gap in the mix, but rather have a nice earnings gap higher and then buy a pullback off it. Look at that. Traded 52-week. Oh no, it still hasn't. It's basically closed up at 52-week highs for one day and dipped back in. It's not made it yet. It's not made it. Intwit favourite, lost in the wilderness. All of the that was soft cat again, wasn't it? Just showing up on the swings there. just put the 50-day up and pull back to the 50-day. It's in the zone. Next up, back to the end of day screens. Been through those, haven't I? Right, let me just I've only written SCT on my, obviously it's a liquid. Well, how liquid is it? Let me just quickly have a look. Yeah, very liquid. So these are stocks what are going to look very orderly but in pullbacks. So let's go ADM, just have a quick look. ADM, it's easy to find the stocks. We talked about this high in the sky base. You know, many of them just make a little bit of a false break there, and they make a sharp, you know, retreat to the mean trend. It's a classic thing we see over and over again. So talked about it, didn't we? Talked about it last week. The old classic. But to find the stocks what are in pullbacks and real orderly price action, these are the ones you want to look at, you know. 50-day zone stocks. And just have a look through there. You'll find them all. Some will be basing out. I like PAF's basing out, isn't it? CCH, let's have it, because that went on a magnificent run, didn't it? And there it is, you know. Not exactly a first pullback, is it? But this was the swing point on the first pullback, and this is your swing move. Bang. So, yeah, you know, like I said last night, like I always say, if it's a second pullback, expect a base. And, you know, this is in a pullback. One I was watching today was, what's it called in the US? Because, you know, if you put these on a watch list, I just wanted to show you some intraday tactics as well. And Duolingo I was watching. So what you want to see, I mean, obviously build a case as always, but this thing just had 3 distribution days and it was on volume this morning off the lows. It puked and then it came back up, and this is what you want to look for. This is pre-swing point though. See the opening range? You want to look for that. Delve lower, back above the opening range. And that is an extremely interesting setup. It's a setup on its own actually, that is. It is a setup on its own. But it's pre-swing point. So obviously, you know exactly where your line in the sand is if it closes like that. That's for those who are at the screens and needing action. But one second. Sorry. Back to what I was talking about again. Let's get back to going down this and just looking at HLC, obviously range long there. Obviously it's you know why it's lighting up the screen there. SCT 50-day swing area, 8 to 1. Very easy to load that trade tomorrow. Very easy. Paper cut. Do your own research and all that. I haven't checked any news. Raw screening. GPM. Let's just go through these next. Yeah, so I see that one on next. It's just, I'll just put the 50-day up again for you. So it's pull back to the 50-day on next as well. Really easy to get reward to risk on this for those who are being very nimble. So that's your swing. It's just a narrow swing day, and closed above it. Obviously, very, very easy to get huge reward to risk on this. You could probably get 4 to 1 quite easily, just back to the prior high. But if you're shooting for a bigger move, you know, as always, it might move back up here and then it could go reverse vol, and still, you know, that shouldn't be a loser if it does that, if you're shooting for a third measured move. But yeah, I'll stick it on my list as well. NXT. Back to the list. Where are we? NXT there. BA, not really got the reward to risk I'd like to see on that one. Shallow pullback. I'd rather be earlier in the trend. And that's just me. Obviously, something to get across here is if you're trading these really you know me, I like to see this, and I like to get involved on this day here. And it's not the super orderly, it's not a high reward to risk, that one. This one here, on the other hand, you know, pretty good. Sound like Curb Your Enthusiasm. But the shallower the pullback, the way I position size, the heavier the weighting. So I like to see those nice, orderly, meaningful pullbacks. And you'll note, you know, because of the way I volatility sort of position size, fixed fractional, for those wider swings, still high probability areas I shoot for, but because they're, you know, they're just lower weightings a lot of the time. And sometimes you get a high price stock and a very shallow pullback, and then you go and look at the weighting, and it will be pretty massive. So you just have to be aware of, you know, if you're trading more aggressive trends, your weightings are probably good, and you're in higher price stocks, your weightings could be huge. And that's not a problem until gap risk happens. Do you know what I mean? So it's always, you know, that's why I build that into my spreadsheets. You know, what is the gap risk on these things? Moving on from that one into now. So that was BA, and I'll just move down a bit more. I'm already riding this one as well, but potentially a base here. It's an outside up today. Is it an outside up, or is that just bad? Bad opening sort of spread, wasn't it? Yeah, outside up. Take it back, take it all back. Yeah, so, you know, as you know, I got involved with this one. I had a nibble at it, and then I got involved with it over here, and I just did a reversion sort of to mean. It was tighter than that, actually. And basically it drifted back down before moving in my favour, and as it moved up, I moved that stop into place. As you know, I've got multiple ways of doing this, and ones I wanted to get involved in on the family account. You know, I gave them more room because I didn't want to be buying and selling the shares, because I'm buying the actual shares on a spread bet account. If it's not, you know, if it's a liquid stock, I can be really nimble on a spread bet account and a swing trade, you know. But if I'm trying to, you know, I've got a few lanes I'm working here, is what I'm trying to say. So that's why, you know, I sat through a little bit of a pullback on quite a few, because I have plenty of free sort of heat to just allocate to getting something to work. You know, it was obvious we was in a pretty sort of meaningful pullback, and it was pretty easy to just set those up, take on a bit of volatility, knowing that they're probably going to work. Psychologically, people find that difficult though, don't they? But yeah, that's the story on that one, and a few of the others, obviously SG and ones like that. I was less cute on them once they moved in a bit deeper. So I'll put the reversion trade in. I'm just buzzing down the GTRS here, just on a look lower as I go. Wine, GNS. Just having a sneak peek of what's in a pullback, orderly pullback area. Obviously, we've already had a swing point on that one. Still bumbling around on that area. Anybody got anything they want to look at? This is a mean trend. What was this one? I can't remember. Light Science Technology. It's a small one, wasn't it? Have another look at that one. ST. Oh yeah, this was quite interesting actually. This one, I had a read of this one. A little bit more risky one, but I do like that one. I'd like to see a little bit of interest come into this price action, because it could go like, GMS. Was it GMS? It's kind of got a bit of order to it, but it's a bit all over the show, really, isn't it? But we've got this first retrace in play here, not GMS, the gaming one. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, that's the way to do it. Just buzz down that. I just want to bring Kingfisher up as well, because another case of, I think I'm getting deja vu here, but I don't. Another one what basically traded a swing point and then went sideways for 5 days before moving higher. But KGF, just punch it in again. 2.7. It's way down the list. This one, way down the list. Technically challenged it is at the moment, but that will soon change if it gets back up to here. Two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I've got on that range long filter as well. It only highlights the range long on technically strong, technically orderly stocks. I've got some filters under it, so this one's not actually highlighting the range long, even though it is one. But it's it's because I've just basically, I've got that filter on it. It's got to be a bit more bullish on the primary trend to actually fire off that signal on the end of day dash. Anyway, I will leave it there. Some interesting stocks to look at. As always, the market is in pretty fine form this week. Good melt on. And stocks actually acting well. Cheers all.